Okay, the countdown has been and gone, so let's get back to it. It is King of the Castle. This is the penultimate session for Season 2. Whoever wins out of this is going to strip the VIP membership off of all the others that have it, the chief winners from last time, and enjoy it themselves until such time as I deem we have another fight over it. But that is next session. This session is surely the build-up. Let's see our situation. And the situation is dire for everybody in their own way. So, the chiefs have no food. Their formerly untouchable military has been damaged, perhaps not crippled. Their faith has exploded, although still isn't the best. Then there are the Counts of the East. Their military was paid down by the chiefs. Once again, there is no food. They have no faith. It's not looking so great for them. Unlike everyone else, they don't know how to trade. And then there are the Grandees, who have the perennial problem of no military, but they got through with their amazing trade and, frankly, some incredible luck. Time for the Gladiatorial Arena Massacre. I can only hope, TBW. Because I was propped up, stability and authority are only on 5. It's on 6 if you manage to hold out. The treasury is looking passably okay. How about the wealth? It used to be the wealth was all about the chiefs. Now things look a bit more ironed out. We've got some fairly wealthy counts, some fairly wealthy chiefs. The Grandees are a little bit behind. How about at the bottom of the barrel here? The wealth disparity in the chiefs is perhaps a little more pronounced than in the other regions. I wonder where Plo is. Plo actually stole money from the... he's not around today. Plo stole money from the treasury last time, and if I get the opportunity to kill him for that, I will certainly be taking it regardless of affiliations. Okay, we know how this starts. Let's enjoy the coronation. Your Majesty, you've won the throne from the monarch. This is our propped-up Grandee. Queen now. We are queen, right? Yeah, Queen Tristana, which I'm definitely going to mistake for being Trastamara. As is tradition, yes, get the waterproof robes out, because it is time for you to make your first illusion of choice decision here. What shall be our new coronation? Will we actually raise defiance, but also raise faith with a lavish ceremony? I think not. I'd rather my royal treasury was completely intact. Oh, what? Good God, no. Well, it's all bad, but considering that if you run out of money, you instantly lose as the queen, let's make sure that that is not going to happen, and instead get voting. Holy moly. Yeah, just spend all your money and instantly die. What a choice. As it stands, there is a lot of desire for the royal treasury to be utterly drained. Now, I don't know why people are getting behind this. They know what happens when the royal treasury is too low. That money needs to be raised from somewhere. And your regions are somewhere. Couldn't also help but notice that only the Grandees are somewhat opposing this idea, and yet so many Grandees still want this. I thought we were going to be working together. Seems I thought wrong. Well, bye-bye, my royal treasury. There we go. For some reason, there's some grumbling going on. The palace, fellow Grandees in tow. There's a long, bumpy journey to the sunset in the south. The other nobles remain in the capital. They're furious to be left out. Bye-bye, my money. And, hey, look at that. Fanatical, fervent, agnostic. The air is suffusing, cooling mist, scorching sun. This is how it's meant to be. Crowned among my ancestors, it seems. I miss my money. Alright, let's go and speak to the people that made that happen, including Sleepy Med, a Grandee of the South. The 9th has smiled upon us. Our plans have come to fruition. There's much to celebrate. Remember your duty. Ensure that the Grandees' interests are enforced throughout the kingdom. Sorry, do you think I forgot what just happened right now? What if I govern for the good of the whole kingdom? You gave me your word that you would serve our interests. Okay. Okay, I won't forget what you said. An honor to make your acquaintance, says Ashiraya. Ashiraya? That doesn't come off the tongue easily. Typically pale-skinned, as some of the emos of the East are. May you escape doom. doom. What actually happened to the last one anyway? They didn't become immortal. They become a sheep, that's right. Yes, our previous monarch became a sheep. A fate worse than death, we're told, honestly. Better than being sent to Rio. Lizard, the blue-faced of the Chiefs of the North, saying, we will need luck to deal with you. You and what army? What do you think? Will she be a good little queen and do as she's told? Poses JJ Nitro. Well, this is a question the Grandees are going to have to figure out. I have a bad feeling. Let's have a backup plan just in case. Hey Jake, we needed to remind you what end of the leash you're on in our mutual agreement. Typical Grandees. Yes, my loyal supporters. Your Majesty, the history books do not look kindly upon usurpers, which you are, Grandees, unless, of course, we prove ourselves worthy. Now, how do we prove ourselves worthy? Well, you see, how about I take a freebie for once? The trade is amazing. I shall be the architect of our new golden era. Please keep that trade as high as you can, everybody, whilst I work on getting an heir, something I've failed to do monumentally the whole time. Jake, you didn't update the game on Twitch. That is also true. There were so many other things to update at the same time. There we go. King of the Castle. And we'll just bring it down to warming up the throne. Easy peasy. All right. Sad to see all my money go, and now we get to see what schemes our delightful little troopers are up to, starting with the north. Lascal of the Basilius clan. Eccentric northern hero. They're all eccentric. I wouldn't call any of them heroes. Chiefs of the North, we all know that I should be on the throne, and not the imposter queen Tristana. How do we make that happen? How will you make that happen? This is up to the chiefs and the chiefs alone. Will they raise my treasury? Come on. At least I'll be on your side for doing that. Will you keep your own self low on defiance, or will you raise stability? This is a lot of interesting choices for you, because working alongside me to raise stability or treasury means I actually have your back. Lowering your own defiance could be self-sabotage. What will the chiefs decide? They're actually having a hard time doing turnout here, but it seems they want to raise stability overall. That is powerful for me because although high stability is inherently good for the kingdom, it's not important as long as it is both above 0 and my authority is high, so I already have a counterplay that I can do with the chiefs, if I want to. The chiefs have had a bit too much power, both politically and militarily, for a long time. You must lull the spy master into a false sense of security and advance your scheme by keeping stability 5 or more in 4 seasons. It's already there, but that's a very easy target for the other factions to cripple. No, it should be updated, trust. You just need to refresh. And if not, well, too bad. Ezra of the Rogue Lineman lineage, notorious southern orator. They stand around bathed in sunshine and they speak softly, saying, "Praise be. Tristana sits upon the throne and the Grandees are in charge. But. Do you cut your losses and put Ezra on the throne?" They're a bit more fetching looking, I'll give them that. Or do you stay loyal to your new queen? This very much is going to dictate the way the winds blow on this session. Loyalist, or go through fervor and raise your own pathetic farming, or lower stability, which does counteract against the chiefs. Loyalists. Who's holding what leash, Kevin of Caveman? In come the sneers from the onlookers. Zingus is calling them bootlickers. Y2K says loyal to Jake after what he's done to the chiefs? Never. I'm afraid I've got the Grandees wrapped around my little finger. I'm going to let them look at this for a little bit longer as they consider what they've done. If I get to be in charge, so at the end of all this, I get to solidify my grip on this. How quaint. Do we expect pay? Why would I pay? Okay, that settles it. Glory to the Queen. Glory to the 9th God. But we can always change our mind. If you ever get out of line, we can take up arms and get rid of her the old-fashioned way. Your goal, should you choose to accept it, is to counter the other region's schemes, and you will win if I win. Mutually assured construction. However, if defiance gets too high, you can change your mind in rebellion. You can rebel if defiance is higher than authority or stability, whichever is highest. So if I bring one of these up to 10, you can't do diddly. We'll see if I can make that happen. Oh, what about the Goths? What will they do? Kaja. Well, that's so close to being Final Fantasy IX's Kuja. The Cinder Elm Creek Dynasty, an eccentric former hermit. And they're saying my fellow counts... Sorry, slip of the tongue. In ancient times, the East was its own proud kingdom. You want to bring back those days of glory? How will you go about it? Will you work on your farming, lower your own pathetic faith, or lower your own defiance? 'Tis your choice to make. It's an interesting one because it actually paints the picture of the whole scheme. And if you were a real tryhard, you could look up how those schemes go. Could be that lowering your own faith means you need to follow up by having the highest trade and then you're scunnered, but I don't know that. I wish the game were a bit more dynamic than that, because you end up with situations like what we had last time where you just instantly win, or you get a situation where the patricians are not going to win because they have to raise their trade from, 1 to 10. Anyway, they decide to lower their own crummy faith. Going for the low-hanging fruit, are you? The Counts plan to induct the Queen into their secret cult and offer her immortality. Where have I heard this one before? In exchange for the throne, you must reduce the power of the Eastern Church and lower faith to 4 or lower within 3 seasons. That would take a lot to counter, so it might be a freebie for the Counts here. We shall see. Also worth noting, the Counts are very united in that front. Unity brings strength, or so I'm told. Good to see I've got some loyalists on my side, though. Right, what can I do? Oh, these are not excellent. These are far from excellent. Okay, I'll take the confusion one. Some very strong ones include the Golden Choice, the Royal Gamble, Call for Unity. But none of those were offered to me today, so voting is going to be a little harder for me than normal. Bankruptcy looms. Don't give me that. The treasury is almost empty, Your Highness. Where the hell did it all go? Well, maybe everybody voting for us to spend more than half the treasury on the coronation did something. Couldn't possibly say, Your Majesty. Perhaps you've been spending a little freely. Apart from raising taxes, we have precious few options. A bank loan, crown jewels, cracking open the tombs. Just print unlimited money. Take a hefty loan. I don't like the idea of taking a loan, and I can't afford to lose authority when stability is already on the tenterhooks here. Although that's exactly what cracking open the tombs would do. Hang on, that lowers stability, not authority. Well now. It's a good thing we can work together on this intimidation scheme, my most trusted and esteemed chiefs. Let's get cracking. That buried gold isn't doing anyone any good. Let's desecrate some graves. You order the royal mausoleums dug up, looted, and the bounty is great. Golden masks, heaps of coins, precious jewels, but not everyone is as practical as I am. Look at these people, they don't know a good deal when they see it. Teetering stability, but perhaps we can make up for that in other manners. Can almost rebel already. That's a terrifying thought. Maybe I can do something about that with the Honor Guard. But let's see what our invitation is first. Your Majesty, this year we'll be holding the Winter Feast in my clan. Oh, feast? You guys don't have any food. I'm not sure I want to go somewhere that I have to bring my own food for. What is the Winter Feast? 10 days of drinking, eating, fighting, competing, drinking, singing, stamping, drinking, and drinking, Your Majesty. I'm glad you have a comma at the end there. All will take place at the coldest time of year as the snow bury us in. But you don't need to wrap up warm. That's what the whiskey is for. Well, it's an option. I would actually just decline this, but I want to see how this unfolds when they have no food whatsoever. So I look forward to it. Special time of year, you'll see. What do we eat? Guys, it's like an Elder Scrolls town out there. Okay, how about the honor guard? Reading some paperwork, and then a filth-encrusted peasant wanders in. Glad I found you. Mind if I take a seat? Who are you? Quacking Tony, Your Majesty. Pleased to meet you. I've got a bloody great idea. What if we chop the legs off of horses and replace them with wheels? I've heard this idea before. I have certainly heard this idea before. I quite like this idea, don't you, chat? Let's have a vote on his brilliant proposal. Just putting this out there, Counts and Grandees, I sense a bit of a storm coming from the chiefs. They want to stamp their authority down one way or another. So how about we put them in their place and trim the wings off their military from the get-go? Just putting that one out there. In fact, I'll make it really easy for you. This should absolutely be piloted up in the north. They'll rebel, though. With what? With their little horses on their little wheels? Consider the options. There's one chief that thinks it's a great idea. Y2K is actually joined by Dominica? What am I to say here? Not liking what's happening to my authority over this. You'd think by doing this I would gain authority. All the people thinking it's incredibly stupid. Alright, let's get some tanks going, shall we? Under Quaking Tony's close supervision, dozens of screaming horses are put under the knife. Big wooden wheels are surgically attached. They seem to die. Farming can't get lower. Disturbing amount of horse death has made the north somewhat aggrieved. If that peasant had been a maniac, I dread to think what could have happened. You need an honor guard who can actually keep you safe, unlike the pathetic watch. The Steel Sisters are chosen by the 9th. Surely they'll be chosen by you as well. What about the foreign mercenaries, anyway? Fearsome fighters from the Taterlands. I could go with some taters. I wait with bated breath. Marshall loves to fight. So. The answer is clear. I don't need an honor guard. I'm invincible. There you go. No doubt the common folk will see this as a sign of strength, and they are wise to do so. Don't blame me when you wind up on the wrong end of an assassin's blade. I need no such concerns, thank you. I'm invincible. Well now. Well-ity well now. There are a lot of tantalizing options here. The chiefs could raise stability for the realm, as they are meant to do for their scheme. The faith could be further crushed down for the counts. The only farms left in the entire kingdom could be burned down. Many options, frankly, most of them bad for me, but we'll see what you muster. Screw your stability, it's head on pike time, says Pandy. Oh, dearie me. I'm glad there's not a raised chief's military option here. Interesting approach, where there's funding for both raising stability and lowering stability, but the counts are keen to make sure they are absolutely faithless. Look at that. Nice mixture of blue and purple up top here. Gonna raise that stability, gonna lower that faith. Honestly, not too shabby for me. But look at that, the Thieves Guild to lower the trading power of the Grandees is coming in. Remember, next session will be the final one for this season. So you might want to set up your nations to be as strong as possible, and when that's not an option, kick to the curb the others. Also couldn't help but notice that that prison, they're trying to build a prison for you and me to live in. Oh, yes! That's what I like to see. Expertly chosen. We raise the stability. Thank you, Y2K. And then the premium countertop juicer ensured that we have a lovely observatory as well. Jolly good. Yes. Yes, thank you so much. Verge of rebellion from the chiefs of the north. Now that's very, very funny, because if the chiefs do revolt and they get beaten, they might not, but if they get beaten, they are going to be in such a bad position. They could not hope to win afterwards, but maybe they make it. Maybe. Anything's possible. They're voting to rebel, are they? Wow, they really want to rise up. Your Majesty, it's important that you find a spouse sooner rather than later. I will do you the liberty. Give me a man. Easy enough decision. You'll marry into the Grandees as we agreed before you took the throne, right? Right? Well, anything's possible, right? Hello, Your Majesty. I've traveled all the way from the east to beg you to do something about the price of grain. I can't afford to feed my family. A day of back-breaking work isn't enough to buy a foot-long. Oh, she's right. The grain price in the east is beyond all control. Greedy merchants rake in profit while the common folks are... Yeah, greedy merchants surrounding you on all sides. What can be done about this, though? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. The free market could correct itself in due time. That's not impossible. Not impossible at all. What are these people doing? Why are you trying to use the royal treasury? It's not even good for me. Why do I have to spend money and lose stability over this? How unpleasant. Oh well, maybe I should have given a bit more royal guidance on the matter. Well, you know, spending money on the good of my denizens can only be good for the kingdom at large. You wait for the free market to solve everyone's problems, and you continue to wait. Any day now, you're sure of it. By the way, that was reverse vote. Thanks for sparing my treasury. Famine ravages the east. The price of grain continues to escalate. Oh dear. Life is bad. Greetings, Your Highness. Some fine news from my peasants in the south. Fine, you say. A baby has been born on your birthday, bearing a birthmark in the shape of a number 9. A fantastic omen. Should we mark the occasion? Occasion marking, you say. None of these say raise authority like you desperately need it. Okay, well, I'll do what I can, I guess. It's up to you guys to choose, though. Don't know what made the Count so angry. They chose that outcome. They decided to burn down their own farms and their own faith. Seems that they insist that I gift the parents a bounty of jewels and fine wine. Well, raising stability is kind of good for me, but it also doesn't matter because stability is about to come crashing down thanks to the Civil War, so that actually doesn't help at all. It's all bad. If anything, losing stability from the last one is for the better, but hey-ho. We're riding this ghost train ride as hard as we can. Oh, we are blessed. God bless you, Your Highness. The common folk will, name the baby after me? The more the merrier. Thank you, Von Dougals. Your service to the crown will not be easily forgotten. I hope I'm around to see it. Well, life's about to get quite ugly. And it seems that I can't even tax them. Well now. Well now. Life is bad. Life is really bad. Enjoy the taxes, loser. Okay, I am being sent a proposition. Tax break or rebellion. Outbreak, or rebellion. Yep, enjoy your bribe. Enjoy your bribe. My poor treasury's been bullied. I desecrated tombs for this, you know. At long last, the chiefs have reached boiling point. You're confronted with the chief Pio Porsche. His tattoos are shifting in the light of the braziers. He's crushing my authority, he's crushing my stability, because they will fight for glory, honor, and the true king Lascal. This is a formal declaration of war. The next time we see each other will be on the battlefield. Are you sure we're going to see each other at all? Because I'm not so sure about that. I'm not so sure about that at all. Seize him. Come along now, traitors, get the chop. You can't do this to me. I already did. The watchman wastes no time. Wait, I have a watch? Cool. Didn't expect them to move so boldly, Your Majesty. Don't worry. Pupor is down and out. What are our chances here anyway? The chiefs are formidable but not undefeatable. I hope they don't persuade other regions to join their rebellion. That would be disastrous. Chief Dominic is citing past transgressions. Greedy plundering of the royal tombs. Time for civil war, then. Lots of death. Dig out the tree buckets as fast as you can. That didn't take long. That didn't take long at all. Okay, well, they want to open with an opening strike, but maybe I want to find myself a lovely wife during all this time. 2 potential matches. The ongoing problems getting in the way there. I know. I don't get to meet them, of course, but let's just see them. This is Vostok, eldest son of the Emos. Hell of a time getting him to smile. How very intriguing. And then Shakin, eldest son of the Sea Space Echo lineage. I don't like the look of him. I'm going to have to take the Eastern option here, because if I don't, the Defiance is getting a little out of hand. We're going to have a little bit of mixing going on here. I know the Grandees won't be happy, but this is war. I can't afford to marry for love. And I might just have done that in the nick of time. El Coro was trying to cite rebellion within the counts. And whilst the odds against the chiefs are currently not too great, it certainly would have been disastrous if the counts had been stirred up. Anyway, they're going for an opening strike. What are they up to here? Too long those bastards have held us down. They've called us heathen. Heathens? What? I brought you into the church. Jesus. Okay, it's time to take up our axes and fight. Morgana is with us. We'll burn their churches and string up their lying priests. Brave chiefs of the Free North, where do we strike? Preemptively against the Grandees? Or do we call in the counts to war? Or we could send an assassin, dishonorable but convenient. 'Tis up to you. Oh, God, no. That is not what we signed up for. Oh boy, where's my reverse voting button? There are some people noting the fact that I did not choose a royal guard, and they want the assassins like Lizard, but all in all they're getting greedy for their preemptive strike on the Grandees, and that sounds like trouble for me. Alright, how are we going here? The chiefs launch a surprise attack on the south, slashing and burning their way across fields and farmlands. And they get utterly, mercilessly slapped in the fazog, because before they get too far, the southern army springs an ambush. The northern soldiers are completely unaware. Loyalist victory point, military challenge failed, and now their military has become mediocre. 80% chance to make a fool of themselves. Praise be, no mercy for traitors, and long live the Queen. The Northern Army are forced into a disorderly retreat back to their own lands, losing demoralized troops to ambush and desertion along the way. Oh, I'm so sorry for your lots. End the season. The season may be over, but the war is certainly not. I'm ashamed of my brethren, says Levash. In a tiny village far to the east, two counts meet in a derelict tavern. Peasants all across the land are rejecting the ninth... Yeah, all across your land and nowhere else. Yes, and the tithe collectors don't dare knock the door of my keep. Trade has improved. We must not falter. If the queen grows proud, we can offer her the ultimate reward, immortality. Raise authority to 5 or more in 4 sessions. That's a big problem for me. Because if I lose the Civil War, I die. If I win the Civil War, I get a lot of authority. Bummer. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. Well, if ever there was a time to bring in the golden choice, I think it's now. Let's get that monarch vote out of here and ensure that those that remain loyal to the crown are subsidized to a degree. At least the chiefs can no longer vote in noble matters, but that's a dangerous position for the counts to be in, because that authority is going to go up. Troubling. Okay. Great battle, royal wedding, mustering an army. This all sounds terrifying. Let's have a wedding first, shall we? The Civil War casts a shadow over the wedding. Instead of joyous, it's not a lot of ceremony. Still, all the loyal nobles have arrived. Soon enough, we're here at the cathedral. Do you take this man as your lawfully wedded husband? I don't want to give them that stability. Okay, I guess I must, mustn't I? We are queen and husband. There is a feast. There's authority, there's stability. There's a lack of defiance. Good. Then we're alone with Vostok. It's past midnight. I've never been more tired. Did you see the 8 crows perched on the church tower? A dire omen. Let's give the emo an agreement here. You may be right. They have the right idea. They get married for love, not for politics. Oh, the simple life of a commoner. I doubt you'd actually enjoy being poor. No. We're both in this together. Comfort him long into the dark. Yeah, the problem with my comforting is it doesn't tend to lead to insemination. I'm really, really bad in bed. Well, what can we do but endure this great battle? Vast armies darken the landscape. Drums are pounding. We're gripped with civil war, is what I would imagine. But here we are in the coziness of the capital. The army of the north is advancing. The trouble with the army of the north is to our north, and our west, and our south, and a considerable chunk of our east. We are surrounded by the not even heathens of the north. Word from the commander, loyalists are marching now to intercept, or they could join forces. It's risky. Absolutely join forces. You would get mulched independently. Hopefully the duelists are told. God knows treachery can thrive on the battlefield. We have our orders, says Saint Kaladin, but he ponders if they should be followed. This is up for the counts to decide. Will you go and commit suicide by going and fighting directly? Will you follow my glorious orders, or are you going to hang back and allow the chiefs to waltz in? A bit of disunity going on here, perhaps a terrifying amount of disunity. I might have to do some names and shames here. We are piercing ahead with following my glorious orders. Marching in the capital only means a siege, not an instant loss, says Zyngus. Or so we're told. The drunk Fu Panda, the Dandelion, and the Raziel believe in the orders, but who defies? The Glow Shout, Party, Joe Biden, Miriat, what an honor. Freeze, Excavate, Freiheit, Gek, Kine Win, Zandi, El Koro, and Zyngus. All wanted to hold back. Scary. Very scary. And it's about to get even scarier because, well, never mind this. The whole city holds its breath. Your Majesty, as you ordered, the counts have turned their army around to link up with the Grandees, all according to Keikaku. It'll all come down to the next battle, Your Majesty. Fate of the kingdom hangs in the balance, and we will prevail. She loves it. She loves it. Over the next few weeks, it becomes clear that the Eastern Army's retreat has given the chiefs free rein to pillage and plunder the East. Plunder what exactly? Okay, well, that is getting plundered, for sure. But all for the greater good, Counts. All for the greater good. The joint army is there to meet them. Unfortunately, the North gets the opportunity to muster an army. On the northern border, countless horns are blowing, axes are sharpened, and the chiefs of the North have united their warrior clans under one banner. What are we waiting for? March down into the Crown Lands, yes, but we're still mustering forces. When we strike, we must strike with all of our might. There are several proposals to bolster their army. Will they hire mercenaries? Will they call upon the Holy Order? Or do they think they have what it takes already? Think of all that faith they built up. It might finally come to use. Then again, they've got all that trade as well. I wonder if we can have the High Chief spit fire again. Oh, I'd love to see it. Probably be another 80% shot at it, though. Okay, seems that they're putting that faith to use at long last. Times are changing. Strange to think there's so much faith in the Ninth God in the North. Now we even have Order of Holy Warriors, and they're pledged to fight by our side. Oh, gosh. The Church does not support us in the conflict. The Knights risk their very souls to help out. And we worked so hard on that faith. The Holy Knights soon arrive, riding in gleaming armor. They are few, but they are powerful. How unusual. Pretty cool that the game actually has acknowledgement for that as well. Thanks for all the faith last session. We can use that for currency. Deep in the back rooms of the royal palace, the southern grandees are poring over secret letters, scribbled diagrams. The queen didn't marry, but at least she married someone. Now she gets on with finding an heir, and the clock is ticking. Oi, oi. 45 is a good young age to start having children. Don't get on my case about that. Deal with both cowardly plots and treasonous rebels at the same time. No, take heart. Well, to be fair, God is with you more than anyone else, or everyone else put together. You must continue to render unto me your aid, my glorious Grandees. They may also join the rebellion. It's an option. It's certainly an option. Okay, well, we have a victory point. First to 5 wins, but this battle is in the Chief's favor. Surely we could do something about that. Spreading sickness, alchemical discovery, final battle. The sickness sounds like a way to lower the military might of the East, so let's leave that for now. What have we discovered, though? The gardens of the royal palace. Marshal rushes up. Kevin the caveman is here with a large trunk. Kevin the Caveman has developed something for the war effort. You have to see it. An alchemist from my estate has been working on this for some time. A foul-smelling machine. Can I really trust a caveman for military innovations here? Tell me, what does this do? It's a large set of bagpipes. It creates fire, Your Holiness. It sprays flame right across a room, but don't use it inside a room. Fancy a demonstration, Your Majesty? But we're in a room, are we not? It werfs the flame on. Alright, what's happening here? I'd never do anything to risk harming you. Let's see. Pouring a smoking chemical, pulls a lever, twists a valve, and fire streams right out to a nearby bush. Please put out the fire. A few of these things in the inventory could turn the tide. Ooh. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know, if only my money hadn't been taken, I could pay for this, no problem. Oh dear. Oh dear. Stability, defiance, and farming are of no use to me in this situation. The Grandees would not be happy handing that over for free, but it's our best shot. It is just the best shot. Oh, jeez. Alright, I guess we have to take a shot at this. If my authority must be crippled, then so be it. Everybody that backs me on this will be given a bit of a golden offer in exchange, but let's try our shot at a 40% here. Please hand over the goods for free, my Grandee friends. Please. 40%, huh? If we're able to boost both our militaries, we could really put up a fight against the chiefs, but hedging everything on a 40% doesn't feel good. It feels whatever the opposite of good is. Very bad. How much money do you need for this, Jings? If only my treasury wasn't getting raided all the time. How does anyone eat in this bloody kingdom? We don't, we just kill each other. Oh boy. Right, Grandees, you must hand over the equipment. No! Several Grandees grumble about taking the technology, but in times of war, money is tight. They don't have a choice. Uh-oh. Oh no, oh no. Takes a while for it to get here. Oh, my hubby! Yes! My beloved hubby joins in. Make sure that they come along. Bring in the fire-throwing shock troops. Yes! Oh, baby, it cost just about everything. But we might just stand a chance against these filthy, unwashed chiefs of the North. Glory to the 9th. But, feeling a bit poor right now. A month ago, battle was averted. The battle cannot be postponed forever. The Counts and the Grandees are all that stand between the chiefs and the capital. A final battle deciding the fate of the kingdom. I'll send word to the Grandees. It is time to strike. I hope they listen. I just spent everything doubling your military capabilities. Surely now is not the time of all times that the Grandees stab me in the freaking back. Send the joint forces of the Grandees and the Counts to fight the rebel forces. Is there anybody that sticks their neck out to say, actually, I was a double agent all along? Oh man, 70%. The odds have not been following. I'm not even going to acknowledge that tryhards down at the bottom. Okay. Begin the march. You want 20 and 25. We can lose a 70, right? Absolutely not. Yes! Striding into the throne room, triumphant gleam in her eyes. Marshal, what has happened? We caught the chiefs by surprise as they were fording a river. Classic pincer maneuver. The Grandees attacked from one side, the Counts charged the other. You should have seen it. It was a slaughter. The inadequate military of the North. Faith could not shield you. This calls for a bottle of wine. I don't think the chiefs has much fight left in them. All that's left is mopping up. Terrible. Terrible what St. Mary's did for the Irish. Your Majesty, a terrible sickness is spreading among my troops in the east. Have you considered farming anything? Count Gaduka, well-known rock farmer. Get away from me. No. What's happening here? We've done a lot of digging, a lot of latrines, and a lot of graves. Yes. If we let disease run its course, we'll have lost a lot of soldiers that we cannot afford to lose. I'm not sure how much we can do. Perhaps the council could see a way forward. Well, the royal treasury is not yours for the taking. Quarantine the diseased, order the healthy to be left behind, or do nothing. Nothing, you say? Riddle me this, my Grandee loyalists. Do we truly need the Counts anymore? They served us so well, so loyally, so foolishly. But please, everybody, have a good fair vote. What a fitting name for the Counts. God, it feels good to be in charge. We rebelled for a reason, says Andre. Ipa, Andre. Oh no, Counts. You have voted for me to do nothing? How could this have happened? I did nothing, but I won. By the blood of the dead, how could the council be so blind? We have to do something, but nothing is done. The sickness blazes through the eastern troops like a forest fire, and by the time it's done, the dead outnumber the living. But don't worry, you can use all that well-earned money to aid the kingdom right now. Will we finally see some farms being planted anywhere in the kingdom? Will there be a desperate clawing of military from the chiefs? Will the counts decide that now, of all times, we should raise my authority yet further? Perhaps lower the stability, raise the stability, further lower authority? It's up to you, and certainly not me. I don't have money to spend. Once upon a time I did. Wonder what happened to it. I have no recollection. Seems there is a desire for the chiefs to re-raise their military. It's almost now or never with the money. You're probably going to need that next session. And there seems to be a bit of a spite vote going on to lower my stability. I don't know where that came from. Heaven help me. This is concerning though. Look at this. 2 seasons, authority 5, and authority is about to go through the roof. That's really troubling because the counts are about to end up in a very strong situation. However, only politically, not in terms of trade, food, military, or faith. Oh, but they've been bested by the Grandees trying to lower authority to keep the counts out of it. I appreciate the attempt, but it's unlikely that's ever going to work out. And in the end, my stability did get curb stomped. What's a man to do? Well, Zamo and 50 food wasted, wasting all their dosh on trite affairs. Currently rebelling. Yeah, let's see how that unfolds, shall we? The war's end. The rebel army has crumbled. I've ordered a massive push into their lands, looting and pillaging the whole way. As you speak, our armies are laying siege to the chief's fortress. Time for you to die, Dominica. I'll make the chiefs pay for their betrayal. I'll leave that up to you. First off, go and siege a bloody castle. Oh, money. We like money, don't we, folks? Chief Dominica's castle has fallen. The rebellion is over. The modest trade of the east has been restored. The south can't get any better. And enjoy that wealth. I wish it came at the cost of the chiefs, but there we go. The richest person... Ooh, Kynwyn is actually holding it against modesty. Jolly good. Chief Dominica, the leader of the rebellion, is brought to you in chains. The common folk are here. We fought with honor. Our ancestors smile on us for resisting your tyranny. Tyranny? This shouldn't be my decision alone, chat. What should be done with Dominica? I really, really don't like his moustache, but I quite like the tartans that they all wear, and who allowed him to carry an axe into my room? Oh, we're smiling all right, says Ninja. Damn, all the options raise authority. There's nothing I can do about that. That's just end of the Civil War. Death to the traitors, says Ninja. Neefington wants the dungeon, but there's quite a lot of death being posted in chat. And who am I to say no to the common man? You shall die, Dominica, for everything you've done in your miserable life. Stiff-backed and silent, he's dragged to the city square, led up to a platform, and the axe falls, hopefully his own one, to add a little touch of irony to the situation. And just like that, the North is defeated. Their defiance is down to 1. Their military is pathetic. We're all lovely and loyal. Unfortunately, authority is through the roof. That does mean there'll be no more rising up against me. However, However, that is a problem. Because the counts are well on their way to victory, and I don't remember what the final options are for immortality offering. Troubling. Very troubling. Okay, well, a lovely end to the Chiefs of the North. Don't worry, they've got all that trade and all that faith. It's 2 thumbs up. But the day that the Chiefs are militarily outclassed by the Grandees, who are best in class at everything, only on King of the Castle. Our realm is absolute trash, and yet we will win, says Zyngus. No doubt of the counts. We need to placate their third plot. Their land is worthless anyway. Maybe it won't be so hard. Yeah, we're going to find out soon enough. Bad news. The Spy Master's still watching us like a shepherd watching sheep. Wow. Wow. That lowering of stability actually crushed them a little bit there. They must have forgotten all about their scheme. Back to square bloody one for you, you frozen plebes. We aren't sheep, we're wolves. Aye, but for now, let's continue to bond, look fluffy. Raise stability or 5 or more over your dead bodies. Well, I think it's only fair that the Chiefs pay for all the damage they've done to the entire place here. But what is done here now? The counts are getting a little ahead of themselves, so they also need to pay unto the treasury. And my loyal Grandees will surely understand that at this moment of austerity, it is... No, I can't do that to my friends after everything they've done for me. See that, G-Lake just said, no. You're right, no, I can't do that to my glorious friends, the Grandees. I'd love to bribe, but for some reason everyone took the royal treasury away from me, so I might have to wait for next season. This is what we get for the war effort. Oh, man. You're like the front line of the Irish. Just don't understand your situation. Oh my god. The winter feast. I forgot all about it. No. After weeks leading your baggage train along perilous mountain roads, you arrive at the snow-swept clan of Chief Modesty. The hall is crammed with chiefs of the north. They're cheek to cheek, groaning under the weight of food and... What food? Where in the kingdom did you get this food? Must all be imported. Welcome, your majesty, to my humble hall. Take a seat and grab a dry drink of what? Snow? It's customary to exchange gifts with the host. What did you bring? What did I bring indeed? You don't have a gift for the host, your majesty. Where's your winter feast spirit? Oh, what are you gonna do? Rise up again? Please, inform me how that happens. An eerie quiet descends. The chiefs are all glaring at you, muttering, "You tight-fist miser and a bad guest." After that, the feast lasts long into the night. We're eating all the food in the kingdom, it seems. The fires roar, a bard sings a couple of songs, the lake of ale is consumed. A couple hours in, you are... feeling a little bit merry. Life is good. Winterfest draws on, snow piles up. Memory is botchy, but you distinctly recall... getting into a fight. Maybe not with a northerner, probably not a good idea. Probably not a good idea, but it might be. Let's take part in a wee contest. At Winterfeast, the Chiefs challenge one another in various games. We are playing a classic game of eating. The contest hinges on eating some hideous northern delicacies, rotting fish, buried for 6 weeks. That's fine. I've had, what do you call it again? What's that awful rancid fish that's not actually that bad? It's a good sign that I can't remember the name of it. I've been out of Sweden long enough to forget the name of it. Surströmming, thank you. Yes, I've had surströmming. It's actually quite good. They're chomping away. Oh, come on. Go for it. Oh, what a shame. The chiefs are scattered around the hall, nursing hangovers. We're not so bad. But we're going home. We bid farewell to the chiefs. Thank you for your kind hospitality. I guess the chiefs aren't all that bad, are they? What prying eyes are going on here? Your Grace, you're of course the greatest queen of this century. I suppose it is true. I'm sure that soon all will kneel before you, but your power could be even greater. Death comes for us all, but what if it didn't have to? What if you could be the greatest queen for all millennia? Sounds awfully sacrilegious, you faithless plebe. Perhaps it is, but we're making use of opportunities. If you're strong enough to take them, I can arrange meetings so we may discuss this further. Thank you, High Inquisitor. I need your kind words of faith. The counts have agents everywhere. They've been building up your strength, but there's something more sinister. They want to recruit you. We only want to help the Queen. Is this true? Of course not. Okay, good that it's not true. Heresy of the highest order. The Council must know of this. Oh my. Force the monarch to officially refuse. Oh, I thought that was forced to join. You can't force me to join this. Hell no. Egads. Can we really count on these slimy counts to do this? Delaying the scheme is actually better than anything else here. Absolutely is. Let's keep them underfoot. And of course, you shall be paid for this. Immediately, Grandeez sniffs money like a bloodhound. Boom, I saw JJ Nitro on that. You need some more golden trinkets. It's good to see Aristocrat around as well, although it's not good to see these voting for A. A for Arse's vote for this one. I mean, yeah, sure, bringing authority down to stop their scheme is one thing, but we're not going to bring it down by 5 levels in this session, so better just to delay their onslaught. Ta-da! Somehow, your schedule becomes chock full of nobles demanding your attention. Icy hailstorms in the north, so fierce. My best steelmaker in the south has died. More and more visits, more and more time. We can't speak to the counts at all, so they are delayed. But is it just delaying the inevitable? We'll soon find out. At least we got money to some people that might matter. The Battle of the Riches has actually been won for now by Kynwyn. If only I'd given some money to the people that hosted me for winter feast time. If only. Come on, rock my world. Oh, God. I think one time I was able to be plowed senseless by my other half. One time. He cares more about his stupid alchemical experiments. The royal wedding was good, but we need an heir. Someone young with loyalty assured, even if they're a bastard. I'm actually going to adopt Lowborn. Am I? I think that's good for stability. Probably hurts the authority to bring in a bastard child. Don't want to advance the chief's scheme at all here. You let his country be ravaged by plague, Jake. What did you expect? Yeah, let's go and find ourselves a bastard. Who knows what went on over in that winter feast? The church won't be happy. The church can suck a fat one. We need this for the stability of the realm. By royal decree, we can tweak the laws. Good. Call for unity raising stability is actually kind of bad for me at this point. I don't think I want that. Although I like having the option. Royal gamble is tricky. Royal gamble can be incredibly powerful, but I'm just going to stick with what I have already. There was no need to take one of those after all. I don't like all these uninvited guests when I don't actually have a watch guard going on here. I find it funny that it's me this time again that's trying to invite you into our coven. Man, the only things I want in the coven are my capizzas. Rare reagents again. Maybe if I'd done this from the get-go, we would have had a fine time in the bedroom. I recently purchased a very rare reagent. I was buying it from Chief Rested Pandy. I'll do my best. Rested Pandy, what's going on here? Hello, your greatness. What can I do for you? Yeah, something for my husband, and I can't give you the giant finger just yet. Giant's remains are sacred in North. I had to take this one's finger in secrecy. Paid a lot for the privilege, but some of the other chiefs have suspicions and are threatening to have me punished. Please, keep me safe. You give me that finger, or you will know the meaning of punishment, Pandy. It's good to be the best. Vostok receives the giant's finger before the week's end, and he's most pleased. You won't hear anything from Chief Rested Pandy after the meeting, but you're certain nothing good has happened to him. Oh, just making all the fine connections. Fan freaking tastic. Take his money, then his life. Okay. Let's try and settle down a bit here. There's an arms shortage over in the east. What can we do about that? Your Majesty, the situation in the east is dire. When is it never not dire? Our present levies have suffered dreadfully in the last few seasons. They're now refusing to serve in any future military actions. I wonder why. I wonder why. They died, they starved, they're godless. We must bolster our dwindling forces in the east. Who knows what will happen to our people without... What people? The dead outnumber the living. Oh boy. Well, I'll tell you one thing that... Holy crap, that would just kill me. That's all of the royal treasury gone in one fell swoop. That cannot be allowed to happen. Jesus Christ, I didn't think the game could just offer you instant kill options there. Whew, not happening, please. Dark Young weighs in, saying that the East simply has no need of soldiers. Unsurprisingly, many counts wish to have some kind of Eastern recruitment campaign. Might not actually be bad for me to have a recruitment campaign. A win would probably be good for the crown. However, the people seem divided. We have a bit of realm divided here. Damn. Hoping we could be a little more divided than that, huh? Oh, well, it actually won. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Did not agree to this. Did not agree to this at all. Not everyone in the kingdom believes in military might. The counts are furious that you've left them dry. Other nobles praise your forward-thinking attitude. Disarmament on the horizon. Yeah, for everyone that's not a grandee. That was painful. Because now both the chiefs and the counts are about to advance. Dangerous times ahead, unless this uninvited guest can do something about that. The council's ended early. We're off to visit our husband. Ah. Oh, but there's giggling going on inside. Vostok! Helga! How could you do this? Oh, boy. How could you? We're married. That's when you recognize the second person in the room, Helga, Chief of the North. She? Okay. Renowned for being a heartbreaker, you've crossed paths with her around the palace. I can see you two have a few things to talk about. She slips out. Somehow I'm not surprised. I'm sorry, all right. It's not like I get to see you very much. You're always so busy. Helga's there for me. She knows so much about the fundamental elements. We met at university. She was giving a talk on the myth of magical transmutation. I'm so sorry. Can you forgive me? Where's my kill Vostok option? This might be meet her and then kill her. That'd be nice, but... Alright, let's see if we can meet up here. I don't see why not, but why? This is not going the way I wanted it to. I was hoping for a lot more killing. Let's see what all the fuss is about, shall we? We'll get a meeting with Helga. See, oh, okay. Not what I was expecting at all, and not what I was looking for. Our plans are going better than expected. Spymaster thinks all is well in the kingdom. While the cat's away, the mice shall play. Yeah, side action for Bastard Heir might actually be useful for me there, no rules. Don't refer to us as mice or honorable war. I thought you were wolves. No honor in politics. Replace the palace watch. I don't have a palace watch. You must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 2 seasons, and then the... Oh, bummer. Okay, well, oh, Jesus. Playing a game of chess in an austere castle. 2 counts are discussing their schemes. The queen is drunk with power. She's mandated statues of herself built in every city. Sculptors are faring well. Well, trade improvement. Much needed for the counts. The time is right. Should we really show the queen the secrets to our group? Immortality and all that, but they are meant to be secret. Pull the wool over the eyes. Will they? Uh-oh. Guys, you want to vote B here. Voting B is your way to victory. Voting B. I can't believe what I'm seeing here. Oh, bollocks. Well, at least no rules. Catilars, Jambo, and Dark Moors understand, but the rest do not. Farming just ain't happening. Maybe that's how they survive over in the counts. They're too immortal, so they can't starve to death. And it's a fine trick. The important thing is we keep a good reputation. For the final stage, let's lower the defiance to 1 or less, and that will be victory for the counts. This must be averted at all costs. All costs. Every single cost. Food varieties. That's an opportunity. An awkward dinner. Another opportunity. Right, it's the night of your meal with your husband and his new lover, Helga. This is not what I was looking for. Where's my kill everybody option? Dressed in the wee pajamas. Frowns from Vostok and Helga entering. Couldn't have worn something a bit more formal. Oh, come now. I must admit, I never expected this. The pleasure is all mine. Tuck into the meal. Vostok is nervous, are you? How is life in the north these days? Same as always? Haven't been back in... Yeah, don't go back there anytime soon, Helga. People die there. Drags on. It's a terse affair. Reaching for wine, eh? Let's drink a lot. Hideously drunk. It doesn't go well. Helga, tell me about yourself. More than happy to talk about herself. She listens, talking about her proud lineage. We're charming, but the hubby's nae happy. There won't be a second date. God, I have no game. No game at all. My loyal Grandees, what's happening here? Dreadful tidings. A meddling wizard has set up shop. The Lord of the Bells. Now, why is this a problem? They're looking for apprentices. Rare event. Always with the apprentices here, huh? I, Master Coconut, have decided to apply. Fierce competition, but you will be the most powerful noble. You couldn't put your clothes on there. Not only is it heresy, and I don't think they mind in the counts, it presents a clear and dangerous conflict of interest. Perhaps the council can weigh in on this matter. Okay, I know what you might be thinking, and you're right. The only correct thing is to strip them of all their money and ensure that we get all that money. The golden choice ensures that everybody voting B is going to be richer for it. And we all need to be a little bit richer, don't we? The Grandees understand the greater riches. The chiefs are so easily purchased. And the counts seem a little too split for this one. Very funny to see the chiefs voting against their own scheme, but I'll certainly take it. Actually, I definitely should have raised the defiance of the counts there. What was I thinking? I was thinking about my treasury. But I don't think I could have gotten away with that anyway. That's an acceptable compromise. Off you go. Thanks for the money. And off you die. Okay. Oh, right. No, they've got an inherited position. Oh, God. Please, we've only got one little farm left. Right, food riots. This is where we make our stand. Do you remember all that money I just gave you? Your Grace, the famine in the East grows worse day by day. Riots are breaking out. Starving mobs are pillaging bakeries. You don't have bakeries. Okay, this is the best failure we could have possibly had. Send in the army and fail to control those riots. Whew, glad I didn't use the veto earlier. Please, counts, don't all rush to vote now. If this does work out, though, this is horrifying. There's a 30% chance that the counts win here and now. But it was 100% if it went through with B. Come on, these odds have been playing silly buggers all session. Do not choose now to let me down. Unfortunately, it's not just the peasants who are starving. Hungry soldiers are ordered to attack their fellow citizen. Instead, they join in. Everything goes bad. They all struggle. Stability is looking horrible. And nothing has been resolved. Well, as long as that stays where it should be. Tumultuous, to say the least, but we're alive. Our realm is absolutely bollocks. It is indeed. The Grandees are gathered now. By the 9th, the counts want to induct the queen into some sort of secret devil-worshipping cult. They'll have complete control over her. Is it too late to stop them? The ritual's already prepared. There's nothing we can do. The queen is yet to produce an heir. Is it worth changing tact? It's an all-or-nothing ploy. If you rebel now, okay. That's an option, I suppose. Will you support the queen by diverting extra taxes to me? Will you have a propaganda campaign to make my ironclad treasury? Will you try and save the stability of the realm by donating food in my name? Hint, that's what you should do. Or should you stoke the fires and invent a reason to get angry at the queen? Blarg, Honk, and Dividing Poppy are certainly angry. There's a lot more votes coming in chat than there are votes here, so I think some people don't understand that this is only for the Grandees. There we go. Let's repair our shattering stability. Praise be. This should help Tristana keep a good grip on the peasantry. But we can't do it all for her. The Grandees must continue to aid the queen by countering other region schemes. There's nothing left in this realm. Please, I'm working on that heir of mine. Okay, thankfully, the counts do not have an option to lower their own defiance here. Instead, stability can be lowered and raised. Authority can be raised yet further. We could curb stomp the military of the chiefs further, so they have nothing to offer in the final session. Or we could finally have a farm. Just, you know, from one little seed, we can feed so many. Raise the aqueducts. Lower the aqueducts. Raise the aqueducts again. Ah, looks like the chiefs want to put forward the notion of demilitarization. We don't need a military inside our peaceful realm. Not when I'm authoritative enough to hold it all together. But at the final moment, they're farming. Absolute farming destruction. Someone out there says if they can't eat, the Grandees cannot eat either. E for eating is banned. We need the deer park. There's no food. There is literally no food in the realm. Plenty of deer, but we're not allowed to hunt them. Thank you, GPIC, for ensuring total starvation of the realm. And thank you, Jeebas, for putting an end to any military might that the chiefs may have once had. A complete reversal on this faith military lark. Whew. Could I please have an heir? Oh, yes! I've got a baby. I don't know where it came from, but here it is. My legitimized, natural-born son. Yay! Oh, don't worry about these things. My extramarital adventures are mine and mine alone. Ah, Loki. Coming in first, typical brown-nosed and brown everything else of the north. What's his name? Why are we giving him Tristana? The gods are good, your highness. Congratulations on finding an heir. Just need to fill your ambition. Expect a visit from the Spy Master very soon. A miraculous discovery, you say? Ninth above your majesty, one of the peasants from my estate discovered something extraordinary. I was lost in the desert, herding my sheep. Could you plant a farm instead? I ran out of water, and I swear I heard the voice of the ninth god in my ear. He said, "Drink and be sustained, and you are faithful." An oasis bubbled up from the dry sand. Well, praise the ninth. Even better, the water has healing properties. A single sip fixed my sprained ankle. A true miracle in the south. This is marvelous news indeed. I love the Archbishop. He has easily become my favorite character because of one thing. Hang on, I think I have humiliation ritual at the ready here. Yeah, there we go. That is the Archbishop as I remember him. That went away a little too fast, but oh well. We must allow the kingdom's faithful to access the sacred waters. Nah, the whole world. For free, Your Highness. I don't think I said for free here. The Grandees should be allowed to charge pilgrims to visit. It's only right. Why would we have it any other way? Sacred waters free for everybody. Irrigate. No. The Grandees have done so much for me. The least I could do for them is ensuring that everybody comes out richer. Allow those Grandees to charge pilgrims for the visit. Also be very wise here. Sacred waters free for everybody is far, far too dangerous and will likely allow a count victory. And I'm certain our northern friends wouldn't want that. If I'd actually noticed that little defiance shifter, I would have vetoed that. That was much too dangerous to allow in. But of course, even the counts are lulled in by the sense of clinking coin. Whew, that was too close. There we go. As word spreads, pilgrims eagerly flock for the healing, but the peasants complain. Of course they complain. Strangely enough, did not raise defiance for the counts. Oh boy. Getting a little dicey. You're reading a nice book. The winds howl outside. We're interrupted by a startling noise. The next room over and... oh dear. Ever since your husband Vostok and Chief Helga started seeing each other, they've been enjoying themselves a little too much. I can't hear a thing. Bury the nose into the book, but it's too much. You can hear them. Surely someone else will. Gods be good, Your Highness. You scared me. I'm not sure I like this situation. Okay, well, thank God I've got unlimited authority. Be quiet. Instill some fear into them, and we hear a lot less in the coming days. Still wish I could have executed them both, but why was that not an option? I've never seen the NTR event chain, says Kreld. Anything for the good of my realm. Anything, Shepherd. Up in the north, Chief Salty Rice Boy has gathered his fellow plotters. The Palace Watch won't accept our bribes. The treasury is practically overflowing with money, courtesy of you. You had it, and you just decided to vote for the treasury being overflown with money. Oh, you guys are ridiculously bad at warfare, pathetically inept in the head. You can't even grow anything in your lands. Although the same could be said for the whole kingdom. Point is, you're pathetic. I suppose they ran straight into the Spy Master to blab about it. Damn our luck. Did Voltar give up after his first defeat in the hands of the Eater of the Sun? Yeah, best of luck with that. Well now. I don't need you. I don't need you. And you see, Grandees, you're getting a little too rich, aren't you? Just a little tiny bit too rich. Did Lopega give up when Mambo #1 was a failure? We deserve a bribe, says Jilaka. We've been loyal. We deserve it. Careful there, Jake. Remember the fire bagpipes. Yes, you've been nothing but good to the realm. So, of course, you'd understand that it's only for the betterment of the realm that we have all the money to play around with. Ah, life is good. Jake is a loyal friend. I want to pay more taxes. Thank you, Pedro. You understand. Now, let's see if we can put that tax money to good use. At the start of your reign, you said you want to be the architect of a new golden age. You have succeeded on that front. The kingdom has never been more prosperous. What? It's actually less prosperous than we started. But to shut down the nobles scheming for good, we need to build on that reputation. Your advisors have some ideas. You should get this ancient lost artifact. No, infiltrate each region with loyal spies, defeat their schemes, build up stability and trade, or faith and trade. Faith's a bit better than stability, but faith has let me down in the past. Whoa, stability is easier to control, but also easier for everybody to nerf. It's got to be through faith. A wise decision. Send out adventurers and track down the sector location, but it's not cheap. I've got money for that. Absolutely got money for that. And surely my good friends in the south also have money for a brand new harvester. Scholars and great thinkers of the south have invented new farming implement. Wow! I never thought I'd see the day. Actual farming. It would be of great use to us in the north. Our farms are struggling to keep up with demand. We will not share designs with the likes of you, Northern Leech. Our people worked hard on the machine. We deserve to reap its rewards, not you. Come now, I would actually like to have a kingdom to rule over and not just a barren wasteland. I'm tempted to even put the royal treasury into work on this. Besides, look at that. You get compensated, right? You didn't need to be bribed. We're going to do all this for your compensation. Then again, they are an affront to honest farmers everywhere, and we need the faith. Okay, hear me out, everybody. Hear me out. The Grandees are by far in the strongest position out of everybody. Are you willing to let them bet even stronger? I think not. And even if you don't agree with me, I will pay you to agree with me. They don't deserve this technology. Sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of those taxes. Well, the Grandees understand where the money is coming from, and they're also backing me for the faith. However, there is fierce competition. Fierce bipartisanal competition. Oh god, it's getting close. No! No, come on, we need to halt the production. Please. No. Shouldn't have opened my big mouth. Oh, Christ. Compensate the Grandees for the invention. Share it with the other regions. A fair price, I suppose. Oh well. Guess it worked out in the end. You fell for it, you fools. I knew you would do that. Which is why I baited you into raising farming across the region so that I actually have somewhere worth ruling over in the future. And there will be a future. Is this what food tastes like? First grain in decades. Received a message from the wizard. I heard it in my mind during breakfast. Their new apprentice has died. This is quite normal. Regardless, Brusque sent us compensation. How charitable. And what of the damage they've already done? Did they compensate for that? No, it's 150 gold. What do we do with 150 gold? What indeed? What indeed do we do? We could pay the Grandees or give it directly to... Whoa, I'm not giving it to Master Coconut. That's not how things operate around here. Literally anything but giving it to Master Coconut. Or Master Coconut's successor. Yeah, Christ no. The Counts, they deserve nothing. So that is not happening. Anything else is fair game. Defiance, is that for the Counts or for the Grandees? It's almost certainly going to be for Ooh, now that's a good question. How is that? Build a statue celebrating Master Coconut's bravery. It doesn't say it lowers defiance, but it does sound like it would lower defiance for the counts. It better not. Swear to God, you better not. Oh, I don't like this. Don't like the idea of snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Oh, thank goodness. Whew. Work starts immediately. Master Coconut is a little disgruntled that he didn't receive the compensation. Thank you. I couldn't help but notice the counts voted for that. All is very well. A week later, the chief architect pays you a visit. Small problem, the money wasn't enough, so all we've got are some heroic-looking feet. What a stupid project. Master Coconut and their ill-fated venture is soon forgotten. Thank you, Counts. Thank you very much, Counts. Who would have known the Counts were loyalists all along? The harder you tax, the harder you oppress, the more they love you. Authority could be even better, but I still like the options that I have. Yes, this is fine. Scepter of the Ages, huh? Tell me about the scepter. Your Majesty, I have most exciting news. We have discovered it. Oh, well, we discovered an ancient manuscript. I hope they're good. It speaks of the Scepter of Sages written by Queen Alma herself. She hid the Scepter of Sages so her enemies could not find it. Well, where is it? In a warren of caves within Black-Weald Forest. Your Majesty, it's near the capital, under our noses the whole time. I've taken the liberty of sending out adventurers. Very good, I can feel it. This is most bracing. I don't usually get to do this sort of thing. I'm usually stuck in my office all day. Yeah, with piles and piles of money. Now, let's see how that trade works out for us. Most delightful news! The adventurers have found a golden door beneath the forest, matching the description of the manuscript. A golden door, you say? How wonderful. The Scepter of Sages can only be found by a monarch who is strong of purpose and true of heart. That's certainly me. I'm sure I agree, but unfortunately it's not me who decides. Queen Alma wrote a ritual for the monarch to prove themselves worthy of the scepter. If we go to the cave, I can read out all the relevant passages and set it up. Make the arrangements. Bring out horses, food, drinks. Husband comes... Oh god, no, that won't be good. That won't be good. You shut your mouth. Do not mention Helga or whatever her name was. Tunnel becomes cramped. Bend over. Squeeze through. Would you shut up, my hubby? There's a golden door, just as described. Oh no, not this again. Not this again. Oh, if only my husband had just shut up, we wouldn't be in these kinds of pickles. All right, breathe easy. The Counts may not know anything of God, but my loyal Grandees certainly do. 40% of the time, every time. Don't worry, Your Majesty. Maybe if we go back to the palace and pray for guidance. Improve your chances. Focus on increasing the kingdom's faith in the next 2 seasons. The challenge will decrease in difficulty with each failed attempt. All right, okay. We all just need to work together to raise faith. It's that simple. Perhaps this comet is a sign of good faith. A red comet spotted in night sky over east. Serfs are claiming it's a terrible omen. Should we dispel such baseless superstitions? No, there's nothing to worry about. A reassuring speech. It's not good, not bad, it's just a thing. And they take me at my word. See, Counts, you guys are so easy. Your Majesty, a Count by the name of Zurgle wants to present you with a new invention. I hope it's a prayer wheel. We entered a modern age, a more humane age, but botched executions are commonplace. The head doesn't come off. Behold, a merciful machine. I call it the Zurgle. Quick and painless. You named it after yourself? Well, why not? It's a machine of mercy. With a little funding, Your Majesty, I can distribute the Zurgle across the kingdom. Get the hell out of my face. You Counts deserve nothing. I was a little worried that would give an opportunity for the counts to lower their own defiance, and there's no way in hell I'm allowing that. Oh, God. Thankfully, the Northerners have been absolutely pacified. No military, no real defiance against my authority, but the counts remain a problem. But we can deal with that, surely. Surely. What's this? Contested wreck. An opportunity, Your Majesty. A Kurth ship sunk last week just off the coast. You can have whatever you want as long as it raises faith. Wait. It might be off your coast, but it's in our waters, as we've seen before, but the Grandees are nestling in here. It's much closer to our city than yours, but you ceded the waters. You were having money problems. Oh, it's so sad seeing farming back. It was very funny to think we had a realm with no food whatsoever. The council may decide. Not sure I really care about any of these choices. Not at all. After all, it's a shift of defiance and stats of two parts that don't really matter all that much, so let them fight amongst themselves. Let them fight amongst themselves. Oh, it's like watching little monkeys. They don't know what to do. Actually, some of them might be figuring out what to do. Damn, too many of them have figured it out. This cannot be. This still cannot be. So that was reverse voting that I caught you all out with, meaning I get to decide what happens. Salvage the ship, return the bounty to Kurth. That's not going to be popular. Strangely enough, it was very popular with the counts. The Grandees have done a lot of good for me, so go ahead and salvage to your heart's content. But it's in our waters. Is that the sound of me caring, chiefs? I don't think it is. Enjoy, South. Council's word is final, is it not? Yielding great bounty for the Grandees. Enjoy your increase of wealth, my yellow friends. Holy moly, look at that. They're the popes of Chili Town. All across this, they're looking better and snazzier than everybody else. What about at the very bottom? Even your poorest Grandee is infinitely richer than your poorest count and your poorest chief, the sparkling lizard. God is good. Okay, gold is indeed good. All right, how about this terrible curse? Chief Volcron rushes in, breathless and in disarray. You look like you haven't slept in weeks. What's going on? I've been placed under a curse. Look, my hair is falling out in chunks. Good lord, get the hell away from me. It was one of my villagers. I see it in her eyes. She's an evil witch. A witch, you say? A faith test, I think, could work out quite badly for me. But it could work out quite well for me. I also like the idea that Volcron has to pay us for the privilege of going and relaxing. Yes, this sounds good. Don't want to use up my veto just in case, but let's do this. Tanking stability is quite dangerous for me right now, so in addition to making sure that the counts don't lower their defiance, I have to make sure my stability actually hangs on in there. If any of these stats zero, it's game over for me, and whoever has the most advanced scheme will win, and currently that is the counts by a long shot. Okay, 50% chance of this potentially working out for me. I'll take that and run. God, there's been so many chance-based outcomes in this session. It's terrifying, keeps my heart on tenterhooks. You arrange for a priestess, the goddess Morgana, to question the form. But I inducted you into the national faith. What is all this? Even they draw the line at cursing a chief without good reason. They deny everything, but they're guilty. All the way for... Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no. Well, it didn't hurt Faith, but it hurt me overall. That's quite bad. Your Highness, I bring ill tidings from the north. It's always ill tidings with you guys. Can't you deal with them yourself? They're not mere beasts, Your Majesty. Great hulking creatures twisted by magic. Warriors are afraid. What warriors? Blood and the stars. What's gone into these chiefs? They can't handle a few wild animals. The other regions have plenty of problems. No one wants to march up into the frozen north for something like this. Oh, quite all right. The Church of the Ninth God could provide shelter for those who need it. Yes, yes, that sounds excellent. It is only right that we lower the farming ability of the North. And, you know, if we happen to raise Faith alongside it, well, who's to say? As long as we absolutely do not just bolster the military might of the chiefs at the national expense, then all is well. All is very well. All's getting a little less well. Why in the world are the counts backing the military might of the chiefs? Why? Why would you do this to me? I offered you everything. Burn the churches. No, don't burn the churches. We need those. I need those. Darpel puts it very succinctly. Okay. Well, the North finally found a military. Found a suitable company of mercenaries, send the officer to the city watch, oversee the expedition. A glorious hunt, legendary northern hospitality. I don't even get stability for that. The world is an awful place. However, it could become a little less awful. Look at our opportunity to raise stability. That's what the realm needs, because right now the counts are very close to winning based on crushing all stability. Although I know what those greedy chiefs are all about. They see that increased military, they go for increased military. Should remind the Grandees of all that money I ensured that they could have if they want to invest in realm stability. It's all for the greater good. The greater good. I see you there, TBW, trying to amass as much filthy wealth as possible, but you're not quite as good as your fellows, JJ, Warble, and Joibel. Seems that stability is going to good places, but the Chief's military is back up and on the go. So it won't quite be the curb stomping of them in the next session, perhaps. The Grand Bazaar comes in and kicks the Chiefs to the curb at the last moment, though. You are not allowed an army. And look at all those chiefs sitting on so much money that they didn't bother to invest. Name and shame all these rich chiefs. You had the opportunity to make yourselves a viable contender in the final session, which will be next week. And instead, you sit on your thumbs, you sit on your gold all the while. Trade goes up. Yeah, I guess that's good, but stability goes up. Thank you, Andal. Andalamar, I couldn't be reigning without you. Probably quite literally. Wait, more noises in the night? That sounds blasphemous. A starry autumn night, just like any other, until you awake to screaming in the courtyard. Uh-oh. This could be very, very bad for me, because I don't have a watch here. Crescent moon, a blood-curdling scream. A deep roar. Oh, man alive. Get the hell out of the castle. You throw on your nightgown, sprint out of the room, more screams and roars. Shuffle down the stairs, and then, oh dear. You rush out of the keep's rear entrance into the arms of a waiting battalion. There's a monster in the keep. Oh, thank God, I'm escorted to safety. The creature is lying motionless. Everything's covered in blood. Some kind of colossal bear. I wonder, which faction has the power to summon bears to fight me? You came as fast as you could, Your Majesty. This is okay. I knew this was hurt me on authority, but that's something I can handle. A curse, you see. Perhaps you're right. We'll have someone study it just to be sure. Rumors spread of your flight. They believe you ran away because a wolf was howling at the moon. Nonsense. Well, that's not great for me. What about this unearthed fossil in the east? Good news from Protozomac, Your Highness. A new bazaar is swarming with patrons. You think you can hold a bazaar compared to these other ones? A small problem, though. Digging foundations, we found bones in the rock. From the size of things, the beasts they came from must be larger than the Grand Bazaar itself. Like a giant, spooky, scary skeleton. The builders are saying it might be a flying reptile. No one dares to say the name these days. 700 years since a dragon was last seen in the kingdom. It was catastrophic. Well, I know what we're not doing. Oh God, I know what we're not doing. This is all bad. Better that you don't win than I lose, right? Naturally. Absolutely naturally. There is an attempt by the loyalists to try and keep the defiance high on the counts, and even a few chiefs break away to make that happen. Unfortunately, they see the merit in lowering faith. However, you have all been tricked. The faith cannot get any lower. They're already sacrilege in the counts, unless this is a greater effect. That would suck. Builders dig the bones, huge bones. They crowd around, trade is dynamic, and nobody cares. Very good. Very, very, very good. Now that I have curbed your ambition, perhaps I see to my own ambition. Let's talk about that scepter, shall we? Return to the cave door. Husband, you are a liability on this, my husband. I will now open it up faithfully. 60% dice roll, and oh, here we go again. I've seen this episode before. Focus on increasing kingdom's faith as much as possible. I'm trying. I'm absolutely trying. Okay, well, let's make sure that. Oh, hang on, that defiance authority is not quite so trivial anymore. Even so, we must keep the people in their place. Oh, yeah, absolutely keep the counts in their place. Thank you for your assistance, Grandees. Thank you ever so much. Yeah, Pedro still wants to pay extra cruel taxes. In the name of knowledge, I believe we dragged away a beast. How's that going? For reasons you can't quite fathom, cloth-covered cart is wheeled into your court, and it stinks. I bring troubling news. This is the body of the palace watch. He was slain a few months ago after trying to kill you. The bear, perhaps? Transformed by a terrible, terrible curse. Handsomely for the privilege. Last rites sounds like a faith call. Give me that. Studying the former man is more dangerous. Let him be. And oh no, where's my faith? That sounded a lot like a faith option. I know it didn't say so, but often you get unforeseen consequences. You're enjoying a quiet game of croquet with Vostok. Ah, the Grandee, you know a thing or two about faith, right? Bring up the faith. By the 9th, look at what your foul beasts have done to me. My foul beasts, you say? Yes, your highness. Don't pretend there's anything fair about those creatures. I'm afraid your arm is likely infected. You'll be dead before dawn. Lovely stroll in... The deer park. We all remember the deer parks, right? I was ambushed by a feathery white spawn of the 7th god himself. You own every swan in the kingdom. You're responsible. I demand justice. Well, technically, you do own all the swans. It's been a law for 100 years, but you're not responsible for the actions of them. Well-itty well now. I'm not seeing a whole lot of faith options here, and neither are you. Good thing I did all that taxation, right? Cash heals all wounds. Don't want to execute that swan. Don't want to remove my own swan's ownership either. I guess this doesn't really matter one way or the other, so... Free voting available to all. Yeah, I should have had swan insurance. Should have paid the crown for that. Interesting wealth redistribution idea at the top with cash healing all wounds. Notably, the chiefs want a bit of cash, although I don't know if the cash would go towards them. It's funny, sometimes you lose a huge chunk of treasure and it goes to one person. Sometimes it goes to lots of people. It's weird the way that it goes around. How does this boil down then? This scarcely compensates for the trauma. I still get screaming flashbacks when I see a person with an unusually long neck. And that all went to just you. Wow, interesting choice by the others. Although I suppose the chiefs are interested in me keeping my treasury low, aren't they? But it's better than nothing. Keep your swans under control. You keep your mouth shut. And here I thought we were done with the giant reptilian bones, but no, the people are terrified. Fire will descend upon the east. They could take matters into their own hands and destroy the Grand Bazaar. That does not sound like a me problem. I have a long list of me problems, and that's not on it. Stability crushing, eh? Well, it's important that we do not further lower the defiance of the counts. They will get a win that way. Stability knocking is also quite bad for me, huh? I just noticed something. Something delectable. Let me put this idea forward to all of my loyal nobility. I will give you money, and I appreciate money is nice, but having more money than the next noble is even nicer. If you elect to ensure that the counts are made less wealthy, you shall be made more wealthy. That is my honest-to-God offer that I make to you, my beloved council. The counts out in force to ensure that they do not take the pretty pennies. However, do note that Count Andito fancied a bit of coin right there, as do a fair few very well-versed chiefs of the north. True Level is there, grabbing his well-earned money. The Flying Space Taco was there as well. Oh god! At the last moment there, they came flying in for moving the bones to the vault. Ow! Ah, ha, 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 that hurts. Vast as they are, excavating the bones is no small feat. Long caravans drag them out. And trade becomes prosperous for the east. And the counts are grateful, but ow, that hurts my stability and it makes them less defiant. How could you do that to me? Why would you do that to me? You're all a shower of bastards. Oh. Vote swinging. Call for unity. Oh, I need stability. I need stability pretty badly. Reverse voting, you're out. Call for unity it is. I didn't want it earlier, and I want it now. Happenings at the museum, you say. Panic in the council, you say. What's all this panic about? Your Majesty, I bring bad news from the east. We're receiving reports of... Oh, God, everybody wants my attention. Kittens, Tramal. The south has something that truly is urgent. Now, one at a time, please. The eastern courts are corrupt, your grace. They weren't taking my coin last time. Kittens in orbit says, by the old gods, the north is increasingly lawless. Yeah, sure. The cities of the south are being consumed with riots on a weekly basis. All of these problems have arisen because the kingdom is increasingly unstable, your majesty. Something must be done. I agree. Take care of it, my chancellor. We lack the resources. I don't want to vote. Voting sounds like bad news. Well, one thing that absolutely cannot be done is that we cannot let the courts in the east be reformed. But I cannot let my faith drop either. CAC. Okay. Not losing my faith. Absolutely not losing that. Oh, the Chiefs don't know where to vote. That's fun and funny, but it seems they're going to become kingmakers and back the counts. Funny the way that works. And a little sad. At least it lowers some of that eastern trade that they've been building up. Well, one way or another, I'm bringing back some much-needed stability for the realm. Okay, the corrupt Eastern judges are stubborn. Try and remove them, they retaliate. But the merchants are legally required to wear blindfolds on weekends, and every coin must be passed under the nose of a cat before it's spent. Trade grinds to a halt. Problematic. Oh wow. I'm grateful for the stability, but those chiefs could rise up again. And that would cause me a problem. A big one. Oh dear. Oh dearie dear. Can I please find the scepter? Treasurer, adventurers in tow, return once more. Would you go away, my hubby? 80% chance we cannot possibly fail this a third time. And we don't. A bright golden light flares behind your eyes, but you keep your breath steady. The door rummels open. It's utter darkness, you say. Step in, torches snuff out, hideous screams below. Adventurers scramble into protective stance. The treasurer wails, it's awful, dreadful. I feel so... Get out of here, hubby. You've done nothing for the realm. It is fine. We are meant to be here. You put out your hands, you feel along the wall, and then I touch something. It better not be my husband. No, it's a glowing gold scepter, chasing away the darkness. Simple wooden staff, perhaps, but its glow is as bright as the sun. I've done it. The scepter is mine. I didn't expect this to happen, but sometimes it's nice to be surprised. Firstly, I will destroy my enemies. We must call the nobles first and tell them the good news. Bearing the scepter, you make your way through the tunnels and back into the sunlit forest. As soon as they return to the capital, we call the nobles to the council hall. Make them sweat. You take some time, have the servants fix your hair, polish the crown. Just a few little things to make a queen feel special, and you stroll in. The treasurer holds a velvet cushion upon which the scepter sits, small and ordinary, but you sense the weight of history. My very worried husband is there. Our heir is toddling along, hand in hand with the governess. What's going on, your highness? Why have we been brought here? I have good news. For me. They fall silent. We have descended into the darkest depths, retrieved the Scepter of Sages. I better be worried. As the bearer of the Scepter of Sages, we've sealed our destiny as the Queen of the Enlightened. How do we know it's real? Could be any old staff. The scepter begins to glow, bathing the council hall in warm golden light. Nobles gasp. They fall silent. Behind you, my wee bastard son claps his hands. I never thought you could do it, Tristana. Becomes clear, even the grumpiest of nobles will never dare speak against you. Finally, you're secure in your throne and your kingdom. Fan-bloody-tastic. No fear achievement as well, win without an honor guard. The chief's attempt to worm their way into the palace was uncovered, and a number of arrests were made. Chief Salty Rice Boy ended his life chained upside down in a dungeon wall. The Grandees celebrated a victory, and Tristana was venerated as a true hero, but some whispered the Grandees were losing control of their puppet as the queen consolidated her power around her heir, Prince Tristana II. While the Grandees enjoyed great favor under my puppeting rule this time, that means we have shaken loose, and next time it is all to play for. There will be nobody backing me but me. And that means I can win and everyone else loses. Delectable. With the plans in tatters, the counts retracted their castles to brood. Olive Branch rejected Secrets of Eternity that they'd guarded for aeons. They would not be so kind again, you say. Backed by the scepter's power, Queen Tristana's rule spanned another 15 years. A golden age of prosperity. What? I guess we do have some farms now. In her will, the queen instructed the scepter be reburied, claimed only by a worthy successor. Well, that sounds like me again. That was a long one, 4 years. Whew. Good job, me. Useless husband. I can't believe I couldn't kill him. As for the nobles, our richest is Schweibel, and our poorest is Cinder Elm Creek. How pathetic. Speaking of pathetic, what is this? Farming might as well be zero across the board. The counts have a lot of work to do. It's a shame they were so close to victory. Oh, you could taste it. You see that? They just got handed the authority win because of the Civil War, and then all they had to do was lower defiance by 1. Just 1 bit of lower defiance was all it would take for the counts, but could they muster that? No, they were too busy slitting their wrists and listening to Stained. They couldn't handle the prospect of rule. The Chiefs did bounce back with a bit of a military, so the Grandees do not have a freebie on military might next time. If the Chiefs had remained at 0, then the Grandees would have had the possibility to just turbo max defiance, rise up and win. Now it's not that simple. Very good authority, great stability. The treasury was flush after some good taxation decisions. Okay, I have won. I have absolutely won, but that was only the penultimate session. The final session shall be next week at the usual time, which is this time, and whichever faction wins then, every member of that faction shall be awarded VIP, and to make it even better, they will be stripping that VIP from the former victors, who were the Chiefs last time. So it remains all to play for. Anyone could win, even me, and if I win, I'm taking all your VIPs, and you get nothing at all.